Hei alle sammen, jeg er Arina, og velkommen til enhet 3 av min instruksjonelle engelske videoserie. Denne enheten gir oss en spennende mulighet til å utvide vokabularet vårt ved å lære navnene på ulike steder og yrker. Denne kunnskapen vil gi oss muligheten til å engasjere oss i samtaler om yrker og forskjellige steder med letthet. På samme måte som i enhet 2, vil vi også ha 2 grammatikkseksjoner som spiller en viktig rolle i vår språkutvikling. Videre har vi en spennende leseavsnitt som introduserer oss for 3 venner som tilfeldigvis er romkamerater. Det er viktig å understreke at praksisen innenfor disse seksjonene er svært verdifull. Aktiv deltakelse, inkludert lytting, gjentakelse og respons, vil være nøkkelen til å maksimere fremgangen vår. Så la oss begynne dette språklæringseventyret sammen, og få mest mulig ut av enhet 3.
Unit 3. Word Box A. Airport. Are. At. Bank. Cafeteria. Classroom. Home. Hospital. In. No. Office. Out. Restaurant. Supermarket. School. University. We. Zoo.
A hospital, an airport, a bank, an office, a restaurant, a cafeteria, a supermarket.
Unit 3. Conversation.
Are Jim and Mike at the office?
No, they are out.
Are they at the cafeteria?
No, they are at the bank.
Unit 3. Grammar Box A. Listen. 1. Jim and Bill are at the zoo. 2. Mr. and Mrs. Liu are at the hospital. 3. Mike and I are at the bank. 4. You and Kim are at the cafeteria. 5. You are at the university. 6. You are at the airport.
7. We are at the office. 8. We are at the restaurant.
9. They are at the supermarket. 10. They are home. Listen and repeat. 1. Jim and Bill are at the zoo. 2. Mr. and Mrs. Liu are at the hospital. 3. Mike and I are at the bank. 4. You and Kim are at the cafeteria. 5. You are at the university. 6. You are at the airport.
7. We are at the office. 8. We are at the restaurant.
9. They are at the supermarket. 10. They are home.
Substitute making the necessary changes.
Erstatt ved å gjøre de nødvendige endringene.
They are at school. We
are at school.
We are at school. I
am at school.
I am at school. She
is at school.
She is at school. Jim
is at school.
Jim is at school. Miss Jones
is at school.
Miss Jones is at school. He
is at school.
He is at school. You
are at school.
You are at school. Kate
is at school.
Kate is at school. Mr. Stern
is at school.
Mr. Stern is at school. They
are at school.
substitute.
Erstatte.
We are at the office. They
are at the office.
They are at the office. Jim and Sam.
Jim and Sam are at the office.
Jim and Sam are at the office. At the bank.
Jim and Sam are at the bank.
Jim and Sam are at the bank. At the airport.
Jim and Sam are at the airport.
Jim and Sam are at the airport. Mr. and Mrs. Lee.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are at the airport.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are at the airport. You
are at the airport.
You are at the airport. At the hospital.
You are at the hospital.
You are at the hospital. At the university.
You are at the university.
You are at the university. At the office.
You are at the office.
You are at the office. We
are at the office.
make sentences using the words in parentheses and to.
Lag setninger ved å bruke ordene i parentes og to.
I am at the university. They
are at the university, too.
She is at the office. We
are at the office, too.
He is at the bank. You
are at the bank, too.
I am home. They
are home, too.
She is at school. We
are at school, too.
He is at the hospital. They
are at the hospital, too.
I am at the airport. You
are at the airport, too.
Unit 3. Word box B. Cashier, classmate, dentist, different, doctor, engineer, friend, happy with something, good, has, house, job, nurse, pilot, roommate, student, waiter, waitress, there, typist, your,
a dentist, a house, a pilot, an engineer, a cashier, a doctor, a waiter, a waitress, a nurse.
Unit 3. Reading.
Lesing. I denne delen, vennligst pause videoen og les teksten selv, ta den tiden du trenger for å forstå den. Når du føler deg klar, kan du fortsette videoen og lytte til teksten som blir lest opp.
Diane, Linda, and Gloria are roommates. They are good friends. Diane is a nurse at a hospital. Linda is a waitress at a restaurant. And Gloria is a typist at an office. They are happy with their jobs.
Unit 3. Grammar box B. Listen.
1. We are dentists. We're dentists.
2. We are engineers. We're engineers.
3. We are teachers. We're teachers.
4. You are nurses. You're nurses. 5. You are typists. You're typists. 6. You are pilots. You're pilots. 7. They are students. They're students. 8. They are doctors. They're doctors. 9. They are housewives. They're housewives. 10. They are cashiers. They're cashiers. Listen and repeat.
1. We are dentists. We're dentists.
2. We are engineers. We're engineers.
3. We are teachers. We're teachers.
4. You are nurses. You're nurses. 5. You are typists. You're typists. 6. You are pilots. You're pilots. 7. They are students. They're students. 8. They are doctors. They're doctors. 9. They are housewives. They're housewives. 10. They are cashiers. They're cashiers.
Substitute. You are students. Engineers.
You are engineers.
You are engineers. Housewives.
You are housewives.
You are housewives. Cashiers.
You are cashiers.
You are cashiers. Pilots.
You are pilots.
You are pilots. Typists.
You are typists.
You are typists. Dentists.
You are dentists.
You are dentists. Doctors.
You are doctors.
You are doctors. Nurses.
You are nurses.
You are nurses. Teachers.
You are teachers.
You are teachers. Students.
You are students.
Substitute making the necessary changes. Ed and Sam are teachers. Sue and Sally.
Sue and Sally are teachers.
Sue and Sally are teachers. Ted and I.
Ted and I are teachers.
Ted and I are teachers. Alice.
Alice is a teacher.
Alice is a teacher. I
am a teacher.
I am a teacher. We
are teachers.
We are teachers. Frank.
Frank is a teacher.
Frank is a teacher. They
are teachers.
They are teachers. Mr. and Mrs. Lee.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are teachers.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are teachers. Miss Benson.
Miss Benson is a teacher.
Miss Benson is a teacher. Ed and Sam.
Ed and Sam are teachers.
Make sentences using contractions.
Gjør setninger om til forkortelser.
We are roommates.
We're roommates.
They are classmates.
They're classmates.
You are kids.
You're kids.
They are girls.
They're girls.
We are boys.
We're boys.
You are friends.
You're friends.
They are teenagers.
They're teenagers.